Then it's Iverson, and it's Landry in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Taking 2 shots.
And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Now here's Jackson. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Jackson's got 8.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And back to Carl Landry, sophisticated scorer, a variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue.
You know, visiting Carl Landry again here, I mean, he's a role guy. He shoots a high percentage from the field, from the foul line, gives you a little nasty and edge down low, yet you can't make him out to be more than he is. Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Now here's Iverson. 6 points for him. Outside Landry. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Here's Jackson. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Jackson's got 10.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
And the 76ers call time here. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Okafor's checked in. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
Now here's Jackson. 10 points for him. Drummond. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Boozer, he's checked in for Okafor. There's a screen by Noel. The 3 from Iverson, and that one's good. Iverson's got 9.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Drummond. 11 points in the game. Dishes it to Jackson. Fires it up. No good off the front iron.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectation placed on him was so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Here's Jackson. Following the basket by Tony Roten. Outside Jackson. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The 76ers trail by 3.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Now here's Jackson. Carlos Boozer unable to get his shot to go. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Pistons have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And Caldwell Pope now atop the key. Morris passes to Ilyasova. Back to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. All sorts of time. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Roten, no good. Detroit leading by 4. And here's Jackson. 11 points in the game. Here's Drummond. Detroit, no good that time either.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
A 3-ball. Morris with the rebound. Detroit's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Shoots from 14. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Ilyasova's got his second bucket of the night.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it too.
Boozer a screen on Jackson. There's the dish to Noel. The 10-footer finds the target. Noel's got 4 this quarter. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Noel. And Hollis Thompson subbed in for Robert Covington. Now, here's Thompson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Boozer double-teamed. Detroit with the rebound. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Johnson kicks to Drummond. Here's Blake. He's covered by Boozer. Now Blake. Got a piece of it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
At the elbow, Boozer. Off on the layup.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Blake passes to Dinwiddie. On the wing, Johnson. Stolen by Thompson. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Pistons leading by 4. Drummond a screen. Here's the floater. And the whistle blows as the basket counts in a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
Cannon, that's a two-pointer. And he can't bank that one in. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season. After all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around, they settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. The 76ers trail by 6. Marshall with it. To the inside. Here's Boozer. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Boozer's got 10. Here's Dinwiddie. He kicks to Baines. It's tipped. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
On the wing, Johnson. And the call will go against Kendall Marshall. That's foul number 2 for him. And Detroit has possession. 4-point game. Here's Dinwiddie. They grab their own miss. Here's Baines. Boozer with the defensive effort.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And he gets the bucket.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
They set the pick. Blake kicks to Johnson. Shoots. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. And the Pistons lead by 3. We've got 1:28 left in the third. Screen by Boozer. To the wing on the left. Here's Landry. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Landry's got 6 in the quarter. For Detroit, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Blake kicks to Tolliver. Blake up top. The Pistons working the ball around now. Pass to Dinwiddie. 5 to shoot. Here's Baines. Boozer with the defensive effort.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Landry. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And the 76ers with some changes. Okafor comes in for Boozer, and Iverson's subbed in for Cannon. The Pistons have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. That's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
With the teardrop, and the layup is good. Dinwiddie's got 8.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Free throw good. Iverson. And both free throws good for Iverson. And we've reached the end of the third. It's Detroit leading by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us.